Good evening, everyone. It's my honor to be your host again for Junior Achievement's annual event. Now, things look a little different this year, including a name change to Inspiring Tomorrows. As I think about the concept of Inspiring Tomorrows, some amazing teachers immediately come to mind. Tonight, we will celebrate educational excellence. You will hear from teachers, students, and school leaders about the success and challenges they faced this year. We will also take a closer look at how Junior Achievement pivoted to ensure that the vital role they play in supporting these students and teachers remained. To coincide with the theme of Inspiring Tomorrows and the mission of Junior Achievement, let me introduce you to my co-MC for tonight, Haley Evans from Webster High School. She's an outstanding student, a great leader at Webster. In fact, she did a fantastic job as part of a video campaign for Tulsa Public Schools focused on the 3 W's of wearing your mask, washing your hands, and watching your distance. Those outstanding public speaking skills earned her the opportunity to co-MC with me this year.
Thank you, Neely. I am honored to be here, and while I plan to pursue a career in forensic science, I don't shy away from the opportunity for public speaking, and I'm very excited about the opportunity to be here with you tonight. While I'm clear about my career path, there are many classmates and students throughout the state of Oklahoma who have no idea what job or career they want in the future, and if they do, they lack the guidance to reach that goal. This is why Junior Achievement is so important. I actually had the privilege of participating in Junior Achievement as a 5th grader at Robertson Elementary, and it's a day I'll always remember.
Haley, I'm so impressed with your focus on the future and your aspirations. You are exactly right. There are a lot of young people who need more direction. That's why the work of Junior Achievement is so important, and all of you are a part of this effort. Thank you for your commitment to our young people and for being with us as we celebrate educational excellence. Let's get into a few of the details you need to know about for this event. The mobile auction, that will continue until 8 p.m., so make sure you're watching those bids. Funds from the auction support Oklahoma students and allow them to participate in Junior Achievement. Of course, if you want to donate to JA but don't want the uncertainty of knowing whether you'll win a bidding war, you can always use the donate button on your mobile app to make a direct donation. Think of it as removing any doubt about whether you'll be able to support JA tonight. Before we go any further, I want to call your attention to all of our sponsors who made this Inspiring Tomorrows event possible.
Let's have a big round of applause for all these great sponsors. These sponsors ensure that students can confidently answer the age-old question, what do you want to be when you grow up? Please take a moment to watch this short video, and then we will welcome JA of Oklahoma President Shannon Beeler.
Please welcome tonight's presentation of What I Want to Do
When I Grow Up.
When I grow up.
I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck.
I don't want to cry when paying the bills.
When I grow up.
I don't want to be turned down for a business loan.
I don't want to borrow a lot for an education.
And then not know what to do with it.
When I grow up, I don't want to be paid less.
Told I'm underqualified.
Or overqualified.
When I grow up.
When I grow up.
I want to know how to save for my future.
Find a job I like.
And start my own business.
When I grow up.
I want to know how to provide for my family.
And invest in my community. And make a difference.
When I grow up.
When I grow up.
When I grow up.
When I grow up. I just want things to be different.
At Junior Achievement, we promote economic empowerment through education, but we can't do it alone.
Good evening, and welcome to Inspiring Tomorrows. I appreciate Neely and Haley for that great introduction. That video addresses, at a very basic level, why we do what we do at JA. It is all about ensuring that kids have the skills they need when they grow up. We achieve this in many ways. In fact, tonight I'm standing here in a place that many of you may recognize. It is our highly popular JA BizTown facility. Over the past year, I have missed the hustle and bustle of students working, earning paychecks, and learning about the economy. However, I am pleased to share that JA did create a virtual simulation known as JA BizTown Adventures, and thousands of Oklahoma students participated in that program this year. While nothing will ever quite match the in-person experience, this was a great alternative when field trips simply were not feasible. Let us take a quick look at it now. Here at JA, the pandemic sparked innovation for programs and new implementation models that will continue well beyond COVID-19. JA BizTown Adventures provides a way for us to reach students in more distant parts of Oklahoma who are unable to travel to our facility here in Tulsa. We are excited about the opportunity to bring this program to more students in the future. Speaking of the positive things that have happened over the past year, I could spend the rest of the evening talking about the heroic efforts of so many in our community and throughout our state. From healthcare workers to social service organizations, the businesses providing essential services, and of course, our educators. Tonight we will focus on those educators, the teachers, the school leaders, and administrators who all worked hard to ensure that education continued for our children despite a pandemic. As a parent of a young child myself, I saw this dedication firsthand, and I know that many of you did as well. As schools switched to distance learning and back to in-person, and unfortunately sometimes back to virtual again, and what sometimes felt like an impossible situation, the commitment to students always remained. At Junior Achievement, we've never been so proud to partner and support schools throughout Oklahoma. Tonight, we are honored to celebrate them and their educational excellence. What kind of celebration of educators would it be without hearing from those that are impacted the most, our students? Please welcome some students from Roy Clark Elementary.
She got a call and she talked with the call for like 10 minutes. And then we were all just like, okay, what's happening? And then she said, someone got COVID and we're gonna have to go virtual. During that day, we were just getting everything ready for virtual. Some teachers came by and helped.
If our mask would break or something, she would immediately give us a new one. She's always there for us and she wants us to be successful.
She lets everybody read. And sometimes she lets us get on Epic, which is a website for reading. You can listen to books, you can read books.
She also encourages us to ask questions even if we don't understand.
She is helping kids that normally would get in trouble. She gives them another chance to because she knows that it's always good in kids.
I want to say thank you to my teacher because she really helped us all practicing and helping us wearing the mask and also teaching us in a safe distance.
Thank you to all my teachers and that are helping students no matter what.
I would just like to thank our counselors and all our principals, vice principals and everything for just being patient and during this pandemic. And even though times are hard right now with all the masks and all the COVID causes and everything, they've just been calm.
It's really wonderful to hear from those students. Good evening, I'm Todd Gord, and I'm here tonight with my co-chair for Inspiring Tomorrow's, Monty McNutt. What a year it's been, as Shannon shared. We have seen incredible and at times heroic efforts happening in communities here in Oklahoma and throughout the country. In my organization, the Cherokee Nation, the level of innovation and change that has happened is unprecedented. I imagine many of you have had similar experiences within your businesses. As a board member here at Junior Achievement, I could not be prouder of the way the team stepped up to ensure that JA remained relevant and valuable partner to Oklahoma schools.
During times of uncertainty, like the past year, it is more important than ever that young people see a bright future. And that is the hope that JA has always provided for our young people. My company, JD Young, sponsors JA BizTown. We were incredibly excited to see the introduction to JA BizTown Adventures virtual simulation that Shannon shared about a few minutes ago. Speaking of JA's capstone programs, many of you may be familiar with JA Finance Park, but you may not know that JA has a virtual version of that program. Many school districts throughout Oklahoma use this program to meet the financial literacy requirement for high school graduation. The practical life skills of budgeting, saving, and planning provide a great foundation for our youth, and are frankly skills that many adults are lacking. Let's learn a little bit more about JA Finance Park Virtual.
Financial literacy, work and career readiness, two of the key pathways behind Junior Achievement's mission. And for decades, JA Finance Park has, in a very practical and hands-on way, worked to build a foundation upon these pathways, setting the stage for informed financial decisions that will last a lifetime. But not every student has had the chance to experience JA Finance Park. Until now. Introducing the new JA Finance Park Virtual. This teacher-led curriculum culminates in a brand new virtual simulation. Virtual. This Finance Park lives online, so no matter your education model or the location of your students, everyone can access their own financial adventure. Modern design, a new look and feel. This fully immersive experience is designed to engage middle and high school students as they delve deeper into the financial consequences of life choices and decisions impacting their long-term goals. And for the first time, 2 implementation options. Entry-level, geared towards middle school students, and advanced, geared towards high school. The new JA Finance Park virtual simulation will help students grow from simple concepts to an understanding of how financial choices can impact their long-term dreams. Personal financial planning, career exploration, accessible, flexible, and absolutely engaging. The new JA Finance Park Virtual, truly inspiring tomorrows.
I've volunteered for JA Finance Park several times, and it is absolutely one of my favorite JA experiences. I'm hopeful that next school year I can volunteer in person with students again. One last program we will highlight tonight is the JA Inspire Career Fair. Like the others mentioned, it was implemented virtually this year. It is important that we educate young people about career opportunities so that we start developing that talent pipeline to fill jobs within our businesses. Let's take a look at JA Inspire Virtual.
As we highlight these incredible shifts JA has made this year, it's important to note that sponsors of tonight's event, including the raffle and silent auction, make these programs possible. In fact, every $30 is another JA student that can be reached. So outbidding someone on an auction item by $30 equates to another student served. There are some really great items. One of the most unique packages is the VIP indoor viewing at the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade. And I hear the Union Band will be marching this year. I personally have my eye on the golf package at Shangri-La. I hope I'm not bidding against you, Todd.
Well, Monty, let's just say, if you are bidding against me, it's for a great cause. Between the iPads, the beautiful Turkish rug, some behind-the-scenes experiences at both the Admiral Twin and with Dan Threlkeld at Channel 8, there is truly something for everyone. I know my wife has gotten some great jewelry over the years, and I'm certain she'd love it if I continued that trend this year and brought home this beautiful ring from Samuel's Jewelry for her tonight. Also, the last time I checked, there were still some of the $100 for $100 raffle chances left, so make sure that you get your ticket before they sell out. The winner gets to choose from one of 4 exciting prizes. As a reminder, the auction closes at 8 p.m. tonight, and the JA staff will be in touch within the next few days to arrange pickup of your items. Before we conclude Monty and I's portion of tonight's program, I want to circle back to the theme of our Inspiring Tomorrows event, which is educational excellence. I can't help but remember so many wonderful teachers throughout my childhood. One in particular was my elementary school music teacher, Mr. Austin. While I still can't carry a tune in a bucket, I always enjoyed class and how he made it fun to learn. It was clear that Mr. Austin had a passion for sharing his love of music and for teaching his students. I'm confident that many of the students at Curry Elementary also appreciated Mr. Austin and gained a new appreciation for music as a result of Mr. Austin's class.
That's a great story, Todd. And it brings us to the highlight of tonight's event. Educators have long been underappreciated and undervalued, yet over the past year, they have risen to new challenges. As an organization tied so closely to education, it becomes clear quickly that these educators were the heroes JA wanted to honor this year. When the pandemic began, teachers were giving little notice and had to shift very quickly to distance learning, sometimes with little or no training. In many cases, they had just a few days to reinvent lessons for an already planned curriculum, learn new technologies, and figure out how to keep students engaged. These challenges were sometimes compounded by health concerns and balancing having their own families at home. We've all seen pleas, including media efforts and celebrity tweets, photos, and blogs saying we must pay teachers more. A recent one even said they should make $1 million. While it's unlikely in practice, the sentiment is right about the educators. After this year, I have an added respect for the work they do. With that, I think it's time we hear from them.
Some of the greatest challenges we have had this past year has been making decisions based on little information at times, or such a wide range of information, and then trying to make decisions that we think are in the best interest of our students, while recognizing that not everyone's going to agree with our decisions.
I think it's really incredible that we have the capability of going into the homes and reaching the kids, even though we're not face to face. I think that's just cool.
There was definitely a gap between people who weren't very comfortable with using technology in the classroom. The challenge was teaching some of my colleagues.
It's paying off in being able to engage with our community. There are more virtual learning opportunities for our students that we've implemented that we are excited about continuing. They won't go away.
For the general public, I think it's important just to continue to encourage students, but not to pressure them about learning loss.
Some of our students have continued to excel and others have struggled. And we know we have some gaps that we as educators have to work on to fill for our students and their families.
We're just going to come in and start next year and say, we've got this. We're going to get where we need to be. So I think that is important for the public to know that, yes, that there are gaps because of this year, but those gaps are always there, and we will make up for them.
Our teachers, our administrators, our community, quite frankly, have done the best we can given the circumstances.
Some teachers were starting lessons at 7 a.m. to accommodate that's the only time some parents could be with their kids to help them. And then they were also doing lessons throughout the day for the kids that are home during the day. And then for those that have had to go to other locations that don't have the internet access and that they're not home until 8 p.m., the teachers are now doing their lessons again at 8 p.m. And so the teachers were amazing during it all.
We've learned lessons along the way, and we've made strides in how we're educating students. And I, for one, quite frankly, think education will be better for our students as we come out of this pandemic.
I would like the public to know how incredible all the people are in the school building, really working to, for their kids.
I would be remiss if I didn't say thank you for the support. And I get emotional, but it has been one wild year, and we couldn't have done it without the support of the community and our parents and our stakeholders and our partners that have supported us, like Junior Achievement, every step of the way.
My favorite teacher is Miss Fender, and what impresses me most about her is she's really responsible.
One of my favorite teachers, his name is Mr. Kelly. He's my band teacher.
Mr. Robinson, he checks on kids and he gets to know kids personally.
All my peers look up to her, turn to her when they need something.
He makes us better musicians by giving us analogies which we can connect with playing our instruments.
She gives a lot of guidance. She gives a lot of advice.
And if you're struggling in school, he'll help you a lot and get your grades up. And he challenges a lot. So if you're down, he'll challenge you a lot to get back up.
She really gets to know them personally, gets to know about their personal life, what's going on with them.
He likes to get to know his students and become friends with them, and he talks to them.
Miss Woods, she's willing to help and talk to you on the whole, if you're not doing well, or kind of help you a lot during home or school and encourage you to do a lot of things.
And that really warms my heart, makes me feel special, makes the people around her feel special and feel like there actually is a reason for them to be able to open up to her, and I think that's really great.
Some of the greatest challenges that I've faced this year is making the relationship with students that you don't see day to day in the classroom. Laugh with your students, even if they are virtual. Never start a phone call with a student with something negative. I always say we're both breathing, or we don't have a mask on, we're both, out in our own little world safely. Others face obstacles with technology, living in rural areas where the Wi-Fi signal doesn't work as well. I would like the general public to know, or anyone outside of education, to realize that everyone has done their absolute best, I feel. I couldn't do this job as successfully as I have if the kids didn't at least like me, respect me, or tune in. If they don't care, they're not going to be successful. So it's my job to make them successful. And it's just, they're missing meals. So, I've delivered a few school lunches. You're playing all these different roles with them just to try to make them successful with the hopes that it'll last and continue. And I haven't lost one yet. I haven't lost a virtual student yet. To go from 15 to 287, it has increased. The amount has increased. Will it change next year? It may. If it doesn't, do I need to be prepared? Yes, always. That's the same for traditional students. So you don't know how many you're going to have in your class, and you just roll with it. Don't change yourself because of the pandemic and COVID-19. Just change the way you deliver the message. Parents and guardians, learn how to turn on a computer, hotspot, notice what your kids are doing. Have a way to contact the teacher for parents is important. Know their IMs, know their emails. Feel comfortable asking questions. No questions dumb, no questions stupid. If you need an answer about your kiddo, that's what it's all about, is them.
One of the best ways to appreciate teachers is to not forget what this experience has been like, and to continue to find ways to support them and their students beyond the pandemic. That is certainly our commitment at Junior Achievement. The end goal for teachers is to create a foundation for their students to have lifelong success. We are committed to working with them to create a future where Oklahoma students graduate from high school with a vision for their future success and the defined path needed to get them there. Every student, when they cross that graduation stage, needs to know where they are going. In addition to schools, our other partners are the businesses that make our school partnerships possible. For these business partners, JA is about building the future talent for their companies. I often have conversations with business leaders who share that they cannot fill their talent pool. This feedback runs the gamut from those looking to fill skilled trade jobs, positions in STEM fields like engineers and medical professionals, and important in all of this is the increased focus on diversity, equity, and inclusion. At JA, we look for partners who share our belief that together we can create the future success of our state, our companies, and the students we serve. Among those partners are the sponsors for tonight's event. At the education advocate level is Aon, Bank of Oklahoma, Cherokee Nation Businesses, Ernst & Young, and the Ann and Henry Zero Family Foundation. At the education partner level is CCK Strategies, Hall Estel, J.D. Young, Presidio, T.D. Williamson, and Williams. At the classroom champion level is Cox Business, Matrix Service Company, RSM, and the Consultants Limited. In addition, I would like to thank Cherokee Nation for their work on some of the video clips. And finally, thank you for being with us here tonight and for inspiring tomorrows, because together, that is exactly what we do. Okay, I'm going to send it back to Neely and Haley to wrap up the evening. And thank you again.
I've had a great time tonight celebrating educational excellence. I couldn't help but reminisce about some of my many wonderful educators in my life and how they all inspired me. Haley, I know you must have had some great teachers who helped you get to where you are today.
Neely, you are absolutely right. I am grateful for the guidance of some amazing teachers here at Webster, Clinton Middle School, and Robertson Elementary. They not only taught me what I needed to know to excel in school, but inspired me to have the confidence to be here, emceeing this event tonight.
Haley, I'm honored to have had this opportunity to co-MC with you as well. You did a great job. If you ever decide to rethink forensic science and pursue a career in television, you know where to find me. As we wrap up, I want to remind all of you that the mobile auction ends at 8 p.m. If you win, the staff from Junior Achievement, they'll contact you in the next couple of days to make pickup arrangements. Tonight's virtual event would not have been possible without the hard work of our two Inspiring Tomorrows committee chairs, Todd Gord of Cherokee Nation Business and Monty McNutt of J.D. Young. Thank you to them and the entire Inspiring Tomorrows committee. One more huge thank you to all of our sponsors. Without you, Junior Achievement programs wouldn't be possible. And finally, another huge thank you to all of our educators. This event was in honor of you and the educational excellence you exemplify every day. Thank you so much and have a wonderful night.